Be fast, be fast, be fast, be fast. Let's get them up. And come on the altar and meet me here. And I'll be stretched out. Be smart with it, be smart with it. Glory to God. I lived in the north for 7 years. Apart from being born in the north, I was born in Mubi. Spent just a few years there before work moved my father down south, a military man, and then things like that. I had to go back to the north for God's assignments. I was actually even supposed to school in Adeboye University, come up stage, Adeboye University, but God didn't allow that. But ministry work took me back to the north. For 7 years, I worked between Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Zamfara, Kebbi, Jigawa, and Sokoto states. So I have a feel of how the place looks like. And in times of OBJ and Jonathan and co, where there was serious crisis, bloodshed of election and the rest, I was around still that place that time. There were days of crisis, if not for God. I'm sure I myself should not be alive today, because there were times when I was caught in the thick of those scenarios, those situations. There were days that coming to church was not easy. That you get to church, ministers like this, you guys are comfortable here as pastors and ministers. Ministers will not be able to sit on the minister's seat. Choir will not be able to sit on the choir seat because they are afraid. You know, there were days I'll be preaching and I'll get notes from the ushers. They'll bring it to me to what is on the note. Daddy, take notes of so and so person on the third row, like this. And I'm preaching, someone is going on, I'm getting messages. There were weeks that to come into church, you have to be X-rayed. You know, this security panel to check you. There were weeks that if you're driving down, right from where we have the police post in Fagu, your car and yourself will go through several checks before you get here where the church is. We passed through it. There were times that service is finishing and then Christ is already in town. We have to drive through corpses to get home. I remember a certain day, there was bomb blast in town, right in front of my office, around Ahmadu Bello Way, by the stadium roundabout, was where my offices, CRM offices. Thank God that day we were not in the office. There was a bomb blast on one occasion. It was so massive that all the glasses in the building blew inside. And the chair in my office, one of them was where my wife would normally put a day ago when we get to the office. But that day, it was on a Sunday, we were not in church. The person with that bomb was actually going to the nearest assembly church, a massive structure that the attendance is always above 700 to go and blow the place up that day. But somehow God turned around his plan, and the thing just was nearing a few seconds when he was in the middle of the road, close to the place.